Morning, historians. It's Alyssa, your friendly professor here, um, to give you a quick overview of the museum exhibit steps so that you can finish up your research and your public history component of that final project. If you are choosing to do a museum exhibit, if that's an option for you, here is some assistance. So hopefully you can see my screen now. Your page should look something like this. If you are doing the museum exhibit, the description for that can be found in the public history project description at the bottom. The last option here is the museum exhibit, virtual exhibit here with the audio tour. So your paper is persuasive. You're writing a persuasive argument about a research topic that you've been diving into. The museum exhibit will be similar. The content that you present visually will be informative. The interpretation rather will come in your overview voice recording. So as I'm giving you this information and I'm showing you content here and then giving you a fuller view of what that looks like, that's what you will be doing for your exhibit. It says here that you have to create a 5 to 6 page online exhibit, and that each one of those pages should have about 4 sources with contextualized content. So, what does that look like exactly? If we go down here to the online exhibit example, a really great example here from the Smithsonian, this author has created a museum exhibit on the forgotten workers, the Chinese migrants who helped build the Transcontinental Railroad during the 19th century. So if we start here, we'll see that the first page, there's not a whole lot of content here, right? It's not so hard to do. There's just a few pictures, just like you're asked to find. But this page helps to orient the viewer to the overview of the topic. So it's the general title here. There's a little bit of information that just introduces the topic. We have our first primary source image. Underneath that is the title of the image. Underneath that is where the image came from. So you'll follow this format: introduction statement, image, where the content came from. And then there's just a little bit of information that kind of contextualizes the images and connects them. So this right here, it's just the introduction to the Chinese laborers. The next page is the working conditions. So we're getting into more specific information, right? Again, you see it's, just kind of a brief overview, connects images. The next page is living conditions. So we're starting to see that each page has a specific theme surrounding the overall topic. So that's what you're going to be asked to do, is to create something like this. And there is additional information in here for you. I've given you an exhibit interpretation example here, and there's also more online Zoom recordings on how to use Wiki, but this is our Wiki page. So what we're going to do when we go into our Wiki page is we're going to click on Edit, and we're going to begin by creating our own page. We start by putting double brackets. We're going to put our name on here, the title of your topic, and then your first initial and last name. We close the brackets, right? Just basic brackets, and you save. When you save that, now your title here is in red. Click on that. We create the page in the default HTML format. And now we have our own page. So we're going to create that title again, title AR now, all right? And this is our working title. So we want to put information in here. We want to add content. So what you're going to do is you'll have your title, you'll have your first page begins the introduction content. Then you have to start putting in images. So the best way to do that is to click this arrow down, and then you go to the insert image. We're going to go to whatever repository, where have you saved your primary source images? I've saved mine in a file in my pictures called Chalmette. So then I will click on one of these pictures. This is the introduction. This topic would be about this community, Faussonville, that I am researching. I'll save it under Faussonville Overview. Upload the image, give a little description here. This is an aerial of Faussonville. I save that image, and now it's in my Moodle, in my wiki rather. Underneath that, I would then, of course, put my title of the image, right? Where did the image come from? That information is next, goes here. And then I'd have content to contextualize the image. Oops. And then transition content to next image. So for my next image, I'm going to go back in here again, and I'm going to browse for another picture. And this time I'm going to take a picture. This is a picture of the removal of that community. Faussonville removed. I'm going to save this image here. Okay, it's here. But now I'm going to move the image to the other side of the screen just to shake things up. And then I would have my title for this one. This is Faussonville. I'm going to put this over here so it's underneath it. Faussonville condemnation. I got this picture. I'm going to go next here from the National Park Service in New Orleans. So I've added that image and I've added that picture, and then I can go and I can move to the middle of the page if I want to, and I can add, additional content. So you get the idea. This is how you're going to create your picture, your first page. Now, what we have to do next is we have to then create a second page, right? We have to go into this. So again, we do brackets. The working title of our next page title goes here. We close those brackets. We save once again. Now we can see our title page, our first page here, looking pretty good. Our information's here. Here's that red link. We click on that. Again, we leave it to the default HTML format. We create the page. And then we have the same thing. So we put next page title here because that's what I have for the actual name. You would, of course, put the title of this page. And then you enter your content, enter content here, right? So now, once you have more pictures, and you're adding in more pictures, add pictures, then you want to put in here a link back to the original title, the original page rather, and that was, let's see, it was sample, I believe, A. Arnell. I do that. I save. Oh, that didn't work. Let me edit this. I did that wrong, so let me come back out of here. Something I did was wrong. That's okay. We can do this. We can save it. Our error is gone. I'm going to go back to the beginning. Let's go back here. It's title AR now. That's what it is. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab my title for this page. I go to the next page. I'm going to edit here. So I'm in the next page. I put those brackets. I put the actual title of the first page in here. And now my page goes back to the original page, right? So you see, I go back into edit here. I'm going to scroll over some. There we go. And here, I'm going to put in third page title, whatever that might be. Maybe, it's something unique, or maybe it's just the definition of what your content looks like. So again, I'm creating a new page. This is the third page title, right? That's the page, more content, more images, right? And so that's how you create your wiki page. When you're done, you'll come back in, you'll see here all of your work. You go to the next page. This page will bring you back to the first page, right? And then this one will take you to the third page. So that's how you're going to create your exhibit. It might be easier if I also add in an image just to kind of like help you see that this is actually a different page. So I'm going to go in here, back into it. And here I will look at an aerial, current aerial view of the same location. Aerial of Chalmette. Save my image. Okay. That might help. More content, more images, but I can't get back. I can't get back to my other pages, right? Because I haven't put those links in here yet. So I need to make sure I have my right thing again. So here's my first page is title ARNL. My second page is next page title. I'm going to capture that. I'm going to go to my third page here. I'm going to edit. I'm going to come down and put brackets in the title of that second page, save, and now I can go back. Yay. Let me edit this so that you can see that there's add pictures. Let's add another picture here. Choose another file. Let's look at, this is the sesquicentennial, I can't say it, sesquicentennial, which means 150th celebration at Chalmette. So I upload that aerial of celebration. My picture's in there. You can kind of see Fossenville Road in the background there. I'm going to save that. All right. So that might help kind of like make it a little bit clearer. This is our home page. When you're working in here, you'll see after a while that there'll be more of your classmates' information in here. Don't edit their work, of course, but this is how you create a wiki page. So this is how you're going to create your museum exhibit. Of course, remember, you want to follow the directions that are provided to you in the group project description and utilize that example here from the National Park Service. And once you have your whole exhibit completed, right, then you're going to want to use Zoom, or you can use Castachrome. Let me see. I have it in here for you. When we go into the exhibit, you'll see here it says suggested recording program is Screencast-O-Matic, and you can also use Zoom. But this is a free way to record your screen, and you can completely keep your face hidden and just show the screen, or you can do what I have done for you and have a little side picture of me there. But you have two different ways to record. So you get your exhibit done here. You write out a rubric, or I'm sorry, a script for your overview. And that script is going to look like the same content that you have in your research paper, but it's going to be written for a general audience, right? The paper itself is an academic toned paper. You should be using third person voice only in that paper. It should be very objective in its perspective. It is a persuasive paper here. You get a little more intimate And your language is a little bit different because you're talking to people rather than writing to them formally. So I hope that helps. And I look forward to answering any questions and being of any assistance that I can. Bye.